Okay, so when you see Kaden each day, we're going to go over the letter, keyword, and sound. So, like this. A, apple, Your turn. My turn first. B, bat, Your turn. My turn first. C, cat, Your turn. D, dog, Your turn. E, ed, Your turn. And eventually it'll get back to the my turn, your turn, and you not having to say anything. F, fun, G, game, H, hat, I, itch, J, jug, K, kite, L, lamp, M, man, N, nut, O, octopus, P, pan, Q, U, queen, R, rat, S, snake, T, top, U, up, V, van, W, wind, X, fox, Y, yellow, Z, zebra, So with the cards, depending on how Caden's doing that day, he doesn't need to do all the cards at once. You can break up the cards into different groups. Just make sure you're saying it and he's repeating what you're saying. And the only thing you need to say is the letter, the keyword, and the sound. So it's going to be very repetitious. It's going to be very boring, but it's good for him to consistently hear the same thing again and again and again. And I've seen a lot of good things come from this constant repetition. Usually by January or February, other students are just saying the letter sounds at that point. So lots of repetition with that. Don't do the same order each time. Feel free to switch it up. And like I said, if he's feeling it, keep going. If not, break it up into groups. The other thing I wanted to share was this, it's called a vowel extension. And so what the kids do is they point to the letter, and Caden has this at home already. Point to the letter, and he's going to extend that first vowel sound until he gets to the end. So you're going to lead it, and he's going to repeat it, and eventually he'll be able to lead it once he's had lots and lots of practice. So it goes like this. A, apple, And I used to do it about 3 times with the kids for each of the vowels, so maybe he can pick which vowel he wants to do first and then pick the order. But he would trace this dotted line with his finger. A, apple, So what I used to do is we would do it together as a group, and then I would continue to do it, and then that third time through, I would let him do it by himself to see how he's doing with that. So A, apple, and I would do that 3 times. E, ed, and then 3 times, and that last time he can do it on his own. I, itch, again 3 times, and the last time on his own. O, octopus, 3 times, the last time on his own. U, up, 3 times, and the last time on his own. It may take him a little bit to get used to that process. I know sometimes, the kids have a little bit of trouble saying the word at the end and then the sound again, but that just takes practice. And the other thing that we can do is on this writing grid. Caden has a copy at home, and I can let you use one of the larger ones that we have in the classroom. And even before he does any writing with a dry erase marker, he can use what's called skywriting. So if we were going to write the letter A, okay, so he could put that piece of paper a little bit away from him, and he would point 2 fingers with an arm that's completely straight, okay, and we would say, point to the plane line, and he'd repeat, point to the plane line, around to the grass line, around to the grass line, up to the plane line, up to the plane line, down to the grass line, down to the grass line. A, apple, A. Okay, and that's how we would make the letters with a dry erase marker as well, but also the choice to skywrite. So when he's skywriting, his arm is straight, and he's pointing with 2 fingers, and we could make the letter B. Point to the skyline, point to the skyline, down to the grass line, down to the grass line, up to the plane line, up to the plane line, around to the grass line, around to the grass line. B, that, B. So he's doing a lot of repeating of what you're saying. So I just wanted to make sure that we were saying the same things, because these are similar activities that I would do when I work with him as well. So this letter, or this writing grid, can be used for skywriting or with a dry erase marker. And I can give you a copy of the prompts that we use for the kids. Again, it's very repetitious. It's one of those programs that you don't need to come up with a lot of what you're saying, because it's there. And we're both going to say the same things, because it's so important for a lot of kids to have that repetition, so eventually they can be saying the same things and then know what to do. So if you have any questions, please let me know.